Part 87. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 861. If there are other clones, Li Yang's current body and 6 major clones are all dead, and they can be resurrected and come back again. Then let's just forget about what happened before. A Thunder Star Beast group leader said unwillingly. Previously, Li Yang gave birth to clones of their Thunder Star Beast clan, and also went to their clan and entered the inheritance place of their clan, and received various benefits. The Thunder Star Beast clan boasted about the peerless genius within their clan, but in the end, it was always the clone of the human genius that they boasted about. The Lord of Thunder Spirit took a deep breath and said, "The talent shown by human Li Yang is so powerful. As long as he does not perish, it is certain that he will become the ruler in the future, and he may even take that step in the future. Become the founder of the world." On the talent ladder, Li Yang's potential is terrifying. He is actually more than half the ladder ahead of the second place. Although the leader is only more than halfway up the ladder, everyone knows that the talent ladder becomes more difficult the further it goes. In real terms, Li Yang's talent and potential are at least several times stronger than the second place. With so many clones, once human Li Yang becomes the founder of the world, the entire universe will be respected by the human race. The Lord of Thunder Spirit said solemnly, "Although human Li Yang has benefited from our clan, if one day comes, our clan can also use this relationship to make good friends with human Li Yang. At least our clan's situation will not be the same too bad." Now, none of the founders of the universe has a clone. If Li Yang succeeds in his breakthrough in the future, he will be the strongest founder and the first person in the entire universe. You can imagine your identity and status by then. Anyway, it is difficult to kill human Li Yang now. It is better to do nothing and see if Li Yang can become a top powerhouse in the future. If they don't take action, their Thunder Star Beast tribe will at most be laughed at by other tribes, which is nothing to lose. If Li Yang really succeeds, then Li Yang's Thunder Star Beast clone will also be the founder of the world. Their Thunder Star Beast tribe has not yet given birth to a founding ancestor. They can definitely take advantage of this level of relationship and get some benefits. These are the thoughts of the Thunder Spirit Master. The Thunder Spirit Master is the strongest member of the Thunder Star Beast clan. When he said this, the other masters did not refute even if they disagreed. 1/3 of the entire Star Alliance chose to take action against human Li Yang. There were more than 1,000 masters, and in the end, the number of people who dealt with Li Yang reached 303. More than 300 masters, densely packed, flew from all over the void. They saw 14 figures in the void. Half of these figures were Li Yang's body and 6 clones. In particular, Li Yang's Kong Lai Dragon clone, Thunder Star Beast clone, etc., completely stood with the human race. This seemed very strange, and it also made the Flying Dragon Domain Lord and others even more furious. Human Li Yang didn't hide in the space attribute treasure. It's better not to hide in it. Kill human Li Yang. Boom. No time was wasted, the battle broke out instantly. The master of the demon clan Kunlun is a top master, and he and several other top masters came to the human race the fastest. The Lord of the Galaxy and others all came forward to greet him. "Haha, Master of Kunlun, you tribesmen really like to bully the minority with more than 300 people, and come to besiege one of my human race, even if you lose your face," the Lord of Galaxy laughed, with obvious sarcasm in his laughter. In fact, all major ethnic groups in the universe value face. For example, why the Kongli Jiaolong group was so angry before was because Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone severely damaged their face. Humph. Human Galaxy Lord, you human race, hand over your inheritance, and then kill human Li Yang, we retreat immediately. After hearing the words of the Lord of the Galaxy, the Lord of Kunlun's expression remained unchanged and he snorted coldly. While the two of them were talking, their attacks collided instantly. Then, Lord Kunlun only felt that the speed of the Lord of the Galaxy was extremely fast, and he appeared behind him in the blink of an eye, and then the Lord of the Galaxy thrust out with his sword. The terrifying sword made even the Master of Kunlun unable to bear it, and his figure flew out directly. What? Master Kunlun's expression changed instantly. He and the Lord of the Galaxy are similar in strength, and they have fought against each other many times. Basically, neither one can do anything to the other. However, in the previous fight, he was no match for the Lord of the Galaxy. What's going on? How did the speed of the Galaxy Master become so fast? The Masters of Kunlun looked ugly. As the top Masters, they were naturally not afraid of anyone except the founder of the world. However, in just a moment, the Master of Kunlun thought of the reason. The pinnacle sacred weapon. The Lord of the Galaxy must have other pinnacle sacred weapons. Was it given by human Li Yang? There are only a few pinnacle sacred weapons of the Demon Clan, and the two founding ancestors of the Demon Clan also use pinnacle sacred weapons, so when it is their turn as the top masters, they only have one pinnacle sacred weapon. Previously, Lord Kuishin of the Monster Clan did obtain two pinnacle sacred artifacts, but after leaving the talent ladder, those two pinnacle sacred artifacts were directly handed over to the Blood Dove ancestor. He, the Lord of Kunlun, still only has one pinnacle holy weapon on his body. However, on the human side, human Li Yang has obtained so many peak sacred weapons all at once. Those peak sacred weapons are still with Li Yang, and he can give them to the Lord of the Galaxy and others for use. Not only is Kunlun dominating this side, but battles in other areas also broke out instantly. But then a series of angry sounds sounded. Human Lord Kanjiao, why did you become so strong all of a sudden? Human Tianlu Lord, you can actually withstand my attack. Peak holy weapon. Every lord of the human race uses a peak holy weapon. The furious voices of the top lords rang out. On the human side, there is only one top lord, the Lord of the Galaxy. However, the attacks of the top lords of the alien race who attacked were blocked by the strong human race who were only in the second stage of the Lord. Moreover, the lords of the second stage of the human race all burst out with strength close to that of the top lords. Needless to say, they must have equipped several peak holy weapons. Damn it! At this time, all the strong alien races who attacked wanted to curse. Even the peak tribes lacked peak holy weapons and used them sparingly. But the human side was fully armed, with several peak holy weapons per person. How to fight? There were only 7 lords of the galaxy, and the combat power of 7 top lords could stop a large number of their strong men. We can't do anything to the human Lord of the Sky Moon and the Lord of the Sky Road, but our target is not him either. It's impossible for the human Li Yang to be so strong. After a brief fight, many alien warriors immediately looked at Li Yang. The strength Li Yang showed before was only slightly stronger than that of an ordinary lord, and in their opinion, that strength was when Li Yang used several peak holy artifacts. So, even if the fully armed Lord of the Galaxy completely entangled their high-end combat power, the remaining lords could easily get rid of Li Yang. Thanks to Zero Eta for the 100 reward, thank you. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 862. Google search Furtkin. The 7 human masters attacked, all bursting out with the strength of top masters. They took the lead and fought with the top masters of many tribes such as the demon race. Li Yang lagged behind them by 1 step. At this time, the masters of the second stage of strength such as the demon master Kuishin had also arrived. All the masters looked at Li Yang. Human Li Yang. The demon master Kuishin was also among them. He looked at Li Yang with crazy killing intent in his eyes. Human Li Yang, I let you escape last time, today I will let you die here. In a battle thousands of years ago, hundreds of top emperors fell in the hands of Li Yang and could not be resurrected, which shocked the entire universe. Kuishin Master and others also became stepping stones for Li Yang's rise. These are not what made Kuishin Master angry. He was angry that in the previous fight for the inheritance of Kaishin sect, human Li Yang completely crushed him, not only got 32 peak holy artifacts, but also got the inheritance of Kaishin sect. There is even a speed class supreme holy weapon in that inheritance. If there is no human Li Yang, he, the Lord of Kuishin, will be the first in the inheritance ladder, and he can get many peak holy weapons and inheritance. But because of Li Yang, his mentality has problems, and he finally fell to third place and only got 2 peak holy weapons. He hated Li Yang to the bone. The eyes of the demon clan Lord of Kuishin exuded a bloodthirsty light. He was frustrated and furious. He wanted to attack Li Yang immediately on the talent ladder before. And now, the opportunity has finally come. Boom! In the void, a huge chaotic palm condensed, and this huge chaotic palm was like a substance, grabbing Li Yang directly. Human Li Yang, even if the inheritance is obtained by you, you can't keep it. And the peak holy weapon on you will also belong to us with your fall. As the huge chaotic palm attacked, the extremely furious voice also resounded through the void. At this time, hearing the words of the Lord of Kuishin, Li Yang's face was calm. Lord Kuishin, you talk too much nonsense. He held a black spear in his hand, which was obviously emitting amazing fluctuations. It was obviously a peak holy weapon. More than 1,000 years ago, Li Yang could not resist the attack of the chaotic palm of Lord Kuishin, and could only rely on the protective power of the supreme holy weapon Kunlun Mirror to forcibly fight it off. But now, the situation is completely different. The spear in his hand swung, and an extremely sharp spear light instantly pierced out. The spear light collided with the huge chaotic palm instantly, and then the chaotic palm was directly shattered and dissipated in the void. Without any fancy skills, it was forcibly defeated. What? Seeing that his attack was so easily shattered, Lord Kuishin's face changed drastically. How is it possible? More than 1,000 years ago, Li Yang was suppressed by him and was not his opponent at all. At that time, Li Yang still relied on powerful treasures one by one, and relied on the defense of treasures to resist his attacks. In fact, Li Yang's strength could not be that strong. After all, even if he relied on various treasures and peak holy artifacts, his strength was only slightly stronger than that of an ordinary master. Although more than 1,000 years have passed, Li Yang's strength cannot have changed. Li Yang's progress is fast. He broke through to become an emperor in just a few hundred years, but he only needs to comprehend 1% of a fusion law to break through to become an emperor. To become a master, you need to comprehend 1/3 of all 3 fusion laws. It took Li Yang hundreds of years to become an emperor, and after 1,000 years, he could not break through to become a master. Since he can't break through, it is destined that Li Yang's strength will not improve much in the past 1,000 years. However, Li Yang's attack just now completely surpassed him. Surpassed him, a master in the second stage. Compared with the previous crushing of Li Yang by him, Li Yang's strength has at least soared 10 times again. Haha, Kuishin Master, I haven't seen you for more than 1,000 years, but your strength has not improved at all. Li Yang smiled. His own foundation is between ordinary masters and second stage masters, and he uses peak holy artifacts. Several human masters of the second stage strength, using the peak holy weapon, can instantly raise their strength to the threshold of the top master. Although he can't reach it, he can easily surpass the second stage master. At this time, Li Yang, who uses the peak holy weapon, is only stronger than the top master. Kuishin Master was shocked and angry, not only him, but also other places. There were angry voices. It was Li Yang's body that fought with Kuishin Master. At this time, Li Yang's 6 clones also started fighting, and this move was earth-shattering. All the masters who came here were masters of the second stage strength. At this time, the master was not an opponent at all, and was repelled by Li Yang's clone. How is it possible? Human Li Yang actually defeated my attack so easily, his strength is stronger than mine. Isn't he still in the realm of the Emperor now? Did human Li Yang break through and become a master? If he doesn't become a master, his strength can't have such a transformation. What's going on? The faces of the alien masters changed suddenly. In fact, most of the human race are ordinary masters, accounting for 90%. As for the masters of the second stage, there are not many. Each of them is a top-rank strongman in the entire universe. In their opinion, even if they cannot crush Li Yang, they can at least easily repel him. But now that they fight, Li Yang is stronger than them? How is this possible? Even if he relies on a piece of top holy weapon, Li Yang's foundation has not reached the master level, and even exceeds the ordinary master. He can't be their opponent. After a brief shock and anger, the demon master hurriedly said, "Let's join forces to deal with human Li Yang." At this time, the face of the Kuishan master was undoubtedly gloomy. Li Yang, who was crushed by him before, was just a short time later, and he couldn't do anything. The psychological feeling can be imagined. But now is not the time to hesitate. When they saw that they couldn't do anything to human Li Yang, they immediately prepared to unite. Li Yang's original body and clones are only 7, and there are dozens of masters with the second stage strength. Just as he was about to attack, an extremely furious voice suddenly came from the void. Human Li Yang. A huge dragon flew in the void and actually came to Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone. It was the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong clan, the Dragon Domain Lord. The Dragon Domain Lord is here. Haha, those human masters can't entangle the Dragon Domain Lord and others at all. With the Dragon Domain Lord taking action, human Li Yang is definitely not a match. Seeing the huge dragon flying over, Kuishan Lord and others were delighted. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 863. Although the second stage master of the human race relied on the peak holy artifacts to reach the threshold of the top master, he was still a little short of fighting with the top master. The Dragon Domain Master had a speed-type peak holy artifact, so he easily got rid of it. He came directly to Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone, and his purpose was obvious. Human Li Yang, you dare to give birth to my clone, today I will kill your Kongli Jiaolong clone here. The Dragon Domain Master looked at Li Yang and said angrily that only by killing Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone can the shame of their race be washed away. Boom! The terrible power of the top master on the Dragon Domain Master was completely radiated, sweeping towards Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone. Google searched Can Li Yang. Not far away, the face of the Galaxy Master was full of anxiety. There were too many strong men on the other side, and the top master of the other side found an opportunity before the fight lasted for a few seconds, and went straight to Li Yang. The Dragon Domain Overlord is a top-level overlord. If the weapons are the same, the Dragon Domain Overlord is strong enough to rank in the top 3, stronger than him. Li Yang can't stop him at all. Galaxy Overlord, stay here. At this time, the Galaxy Overlord, who has 3 top holy weapons, is undoubtedly the strongest, and no top-level overlord present can stop him. However, the Demon Kunlun Overlord and other 4 top-level overlords took action and completely blocked the path of the Galaxy Overlord. Even with the strength of the Galaxy Overlord, Li Yang can't be saved all at once. We will entangle the Galaxy Overlord. Kuishan Overlord and others can't do anything to human Li Yang, but the top-level overlords can. As long as human Li Yang is completely killed, our goal will be achieved. Human Li Yang's strength is too terrible. After only 1,000 years, his strength has increased dramatically again. No matter what, human Li Yang must die today. The top-level overlords of the alien races are completely crazy and entangle the Galaxy Overlord. They were worried that the Galaxy Lord and Li Yang would make peace, and then put Li Yang into the space attribute treasure. Li Yang was too arrogant before, and did not choose to hide, but chose to fight with them. They could not miss this opportunity. Kunlun Lord and other top alien masters were madly entangled, not ready to give Li Yang a chance. The key is the strength shown by Li Yang, which made many masters feel palpitations. More than 1,000 years ago, the strength shown by Li Yang had already shaken the universe, but that strength was only slightly stronger than that of ordinary masters. But now, Li Yang can actually defeat the second stage strength of Kuishin Lord and others. This strength is already at the forefront of the entire universe. If human Li Yang is not killed this time, and human Li Yang continues to grow, it is estimated that only the ancestor of creation can deal with Li Yang. Boom! On the Galaxy Lord's side, top masters were madly entangled. On Li Yang's side, the terrible power of the Dragon Domain Lord burst out, and behind him, a huge ancient dragon phantom appeared. This phantom is a bit similar to the ancestral dragon. The Kongli Jiaolong tribe has the blood of the ancestral dragon, and the Dragon Domain Lord, as the oldest and most powerful lord of the Kongli Jiaolong tribe, combined with this trace of blood, even created his own famous attack. As the ancient dragon phantom condensed, the entire void seemed to solidify. Dragon Domain Lord. At this time, Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone had a calm look. He looked at the Dragon Domain Lord. Of course, he knew that this was the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong tribe. When he first entered the Kongli Jiaolong tribe, he was also in awe of the Dragon Domain Lord when he saw it for the first time. After all, apart from the top 10 tribes such as the human race and the demon race, the next strongest tribes are the Kongli Jiaolong tribe and the Thunder Star Beast tribe. As the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong tribe, Li Yang was naturally in awe at that time. This was a peak figure in the universe that he could hardly imagine. But now, he didn't feel much. Even if he was about to fight with the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong tribe, he was just confident. I have improved my strength until now, but I haven't made a move yet. Let me see how much difference there is between my strength and that of the top masters. Li Yang held the black spear in his hand, with amazing light in his eyes. At this time, his body was not far from the clone of Kongli Jiaolong. With the thought, a soul pressure spread instantly. The Kunlun mirror, the supreme holy artifact of the soul, was activated. Just now, when fighting with Kuishin Master and others, Li Yang's Kunlun mirror soul pressure had not been activated. The soul pressure spread and directly enveloped the Dragon Domain Master. The Dragon Domain Master only felt that his soul was instantly under great pressure, and the entire body's fusion law source operation solidified, as if it was stuck in the mud. This, soul pressure? How can the power be so strong? At this time, the Dragon Domain Master felt that his soul suddenly became uncomfortable, and his face changed suddenly. He knew this method of Li Yang, and this pressure had a great impact on the masters of the second stage of strength. He was mentally prepared, but he didn't expect that the soul pressure would be so strong. Under the pressure of the soul, the ancient dragon phantom condensed behind him was also affected. However, the entire ancient dragon phantom still crushed towards Li Yang. And Li Yang also stabbed out with a spear. Boom! The two attacks collided instantly, and the entire void seemed to explode in an instant. Countless lights emanated, covering a large area, making it difficult for people to see the battle situation clearly for a while. Who won? It must be the Dragon Domain Overlord. Looking at the terrible attack just now, human Li Yang will definitely be injured. One after another looked closely. Li Yang suddenly burst out with such powerful strength. If the top-level overlord can hurt Li Yang, then Li Yang will basically die. Because he can't resist the attack of the top-level overlord, and he can't resist the joint efforts of many overlords in the future. They can even kill human Li Yang. Finally, the light emanated, and the entire battle scene appeared in front of everyone again. In the void, the huge phantom of the ancient dragon was still condensed. Haha, I said that human Li Yang could never be the opponent of the dragon domain overlord. An alien overlord laughed. No matter how powerful Li Yang is, even if he can defeat the overlord of the second stage of strength, he can't be the opponent of the top overlord. But he didn't finish his words. Crack, suddenly, a shattering sound was heard, and the huge ancient dragon phantom actually had cracks, and then it broke apart. Then, in this phantom, the sharp spear light had not dissipated, and it penetrated directly and came to the front of the dragon domain lord in a blink of an eye. At this time, there was not much power left in the spear light. The dragon domain lord waved his weapon and easily defeated the sharp spear light. Although the spear light did not cause any effect on the dragon domain lord, the dragon domain lord's face suddenly became extremely ugly, and his face became visibly gloomy. Thanks to 08 for the 100 reward, thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 864. Li Yang fought against the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong clan, the Dragon Domain Lord. Overall, Li Yang was slightly better. However, the Dragon Domain Lord was only slightly at a disadvantage and had no injuries. The two could be said to be evenly matched. At this time, the Dragon Domain Lord's face suddenly became extremely ugly, and his face became visibly gloomy. And the whole surroundings seemed to be quiet, and all the alien masters were full of disbelief. The attack of the Dragon Domain Lord was completely blocked by the human Li Yang. Not only was it blocked, but the human Li Yang seemed to be better. How is it possible? Can the human Li Yang fight the Dragon Domain Lord? And stronger? The Dragon Domain Lord is a top-level lord. Except for the 20 or so founding ancestors, he is the strongest among the strong men at this stage. However, just now the Dragon Domain Lord made a full-strength attack, but he couldn't do anything to Li Yang, who had only practiced for 1,500 years. Many strong men couldn't believe that he could rival the Lord Long Yu. Could it be that the human Li Yang also had the strength of a top lord? Li Yang's progress had already shocked the entire universe, and the progress of more than 1,000 years was much faster than before. Before, the fastest breakthrough to the Lord in the entire universe took thousands of years. That was just an ordinary Lord. And Li Yang, a top Lord in more than 1,000 years? Damn human Li Yang! How can he be so strong? In the void, the Lord of the Dragon Realm had a gloomy face, staring at Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone. When Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone entered their Kong Lai Jiaolong clan, it was only in the world realm, and its strength was only at the level of a god, not yet an emperor. He watched Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone slowly grow up. In his heart, in fact, Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone was still only at the stage of genius, and had not really grown into a top strong man. However, in the fight just now, he, the strongest of the Kongli Jiaolong clan, could not do anything to the Kongli Jiaolong clone of the human Li Yang. He could not do anything to Konjiao, who was still just a genius in his mind. It was like a weak genius that he had cultivated, and when he fought with this genius for the first time, he suddenly found that this weak genius was as strong as himself, or even stronger. This feeling was more uncomfortable than eating oli-ge. The face of the Dragon Domain Lord was extremely ugly, but Li Yang was in a very good mood at this time. He looked at the Dragon Domain Lord and smiled. Dragon Domain Lord, you want to kill me with this strength? There is still a lot of gap. At this time, Li Yang sighed in his heart, it is worthy of the supreme holy artifact Kunlun Mirror. More than 1,000 years ago, Li Yang's foundation was at the invincible level of the Emperor. By activating the Kunlun Mirror, he could suppress the strength of the second stage Koishan Lord by 40%. And now, Li Yang's foundation has completely reached the level of the Lord, even several times that of an ordinary Lord. At this time, the soul pressure of the Supreme Holy Artifact Kunlun Mirror is naturally stronger. Even the Dragon Domain Lord, who is a top-level Lord, will be greatly suppressed in strength. When the soul is suppressed, the strength will be greatly affected. When the soul is suppressed by 3 points, the entire strength may even be affected by 7 points. Therefore, Li Yang's strength is indeed not as good as that of the top-level Lord at this time, but when fighting with the suppressed top-level Lord, he is not inferior at all, and can even gain the upper hand. It can be said that at this time, Li Yang has nothing to fear except the 20 founding ancestors in the universe. Hearing Li Yang's words, the Dragon Domain Lord was even more furious. He couldn't do anything to his traitor of the Kongli Jiaolong clan. However, before he said anything, a loud shout suddenly came from his ear, "Dragon Domain Lord! Are you holding back?" At this time, the Demon Clan Kunlun Lord spoke. He said in a deep voice, "We are all doing our best to deal with the human race, don't hold back at all." Just now, they saw Li Yang repel Koishan Lord and others. Although this strength was beyond their expectations, it certainly did not reach the level of the top-level Lord. The attack of the Dragon Domain Lord was definitely strong among the top lords, but it didn't hurt Li Yang at all, which made Lord Kunlun suspicious. After all, Li Yang's Kongli Jiaolong clone had been staying in the Kongli Jiaolong tribe before. It was possible that the Dragon Domain Lord was angry on the surface, but secretly held back. Just like the Thunder Star Beast tribe, they obviously had an attitude of making friends with Li Yang. The Dragon Domain Lord was angry in his heart, and he was even more angry after hearing what Lord Kunlun said. He said angrily, "Lord Kunlun, if you have the ability, kill the human Li Yang yourself." The soul pressure was only aimed at him, and Lord Kunlun and others were obviously talking without any pain. Kunlun Lord said no more. He looked at Li Yang and said in a deep voice, "Everyone join forces to deal with human Li Yang." At this time, some time had passed, and the large army of more than 300 lords had arrived, completely surrounding Li Yang and his 6 clones, as well as the Lord of the Galaxy and others. Kill human Li Yang. He has so many peak holy weapons on him. Kill him, and all the peak holy weapons on him are ours. The eyes of the lords of each tribe were all emitting a scorching color. Inheritance is enough to make them crazy. In addition to the 9 peak tribes, other weaker tribes even dare to deal with the human race, because the inheritance is enough to make them take risks. Finally they are here. Li Yang glanced around. At this time, at least 290 lords completely surrounded him and his 6 clones. On average, one of his clones needs to deal with at least 40 masters. However, Li Yang's face remained calm. His mind moved, and then the Supreme Holy Artifact Kunlun Mirror, the soul pressure was released without any reservation. Boom! The terrifying soul pressure spread instantly, and then Li Yang and the 6 clones all moved. Li Yang's body stabbed out with a gun, and it was the flying Koishan Master. Beside Koishan Master were the powerful men of the Demon Clan. 30 Demon Clan Masters, including 9 Masters of the second stage of strength, and 21 ordinary Masters. Their combined attack can completely reach the level of top Masters, or even exceed it. Even a top Master, facing the 30 of them, would temporarily give in and dare not fight hard. At this time, Koishan Master's face was full of satisfaction. "Human Li Yang, I am not your opponent alone, but now you are facing 30 Masters of my Demon Clan." With so many Masters taking action, Koishan Master was very confident. As for whether he could defeat Li Yang, in the mind of Koishan Lord, even the top lords would retreat if the 30 lords joined forces. Even if Li Yang had the strength of a top lord, he would not be his opponent. In his opinion, Li Yang did not have such strength at all. After all, he and Li Yang had fought before. Therefore, he and Kunlun Lord both thought that the Dragon Domain Lord must have held back just now. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 865. In the view of Lord Kuishan, with so many of their lords dealing with Li Yang, human Li Yang could only run away in embarrassment and die in the end. Attack, Lord Kuishan ordered in the void. 30 masters prepared to launch a joint attack. Just gave the order. Boom. Boom. In an instant, Lord Kuishan felt a terrifying soul pressure coming towards him. His soul was suppressed, and his strength immediately weakened. Is this soul pressure? Feeling this soul pressure, Lord Kuishan's expression changed slightly. Soul attacks are extremely rare. There are few soul attack treasures in the entire universe. Therefore, in the opinion of Lord Kuishan, this treasure must have been given to Li Yang by the two founders of the human race. Now it should be in the human race. On the two founding ancestors. Unexpectedly, it was still on Li Yang. Damn it, why does human Li Yang still have this treasure? At this time, Lord Kuishan felt that the soul pressure this time was more terrifying than the last time. His strength is not even 10% at this time, and he can't even exert it to his full potential. Not only them, but also other powerful masters of the demon clan at this time. My soul has been greatly suppressed. This soul pressure is too strong. I feel like the origin of the fusion law in my body has solidified and cannot function at all. The faces of the demon clan masters changed drastically. Then, Li Yang's attack came directly. Let's work together to resist. Even though the soul was suppressed at this time, Lord Kuishan still said angrily when he saw Li Yang's attack. They immediately gave up the attack and chose to defend instead. How fast does the juggernaut strike? Almost instantly, a huge defensive film formed in front of the 30 masters of the demon clan including Master Kuishan. The entire defensive film looks extremely strong. Everyone can imagine the joint defense of 30 powerful masters, including 9 masters of the second stage of strength. With the combination of these powerful men, even the top masters cannot break their defense. And Li Yang's spear light attack instantly arrived in front of the defensive film. It was like the tip of a needle had stabbed directly into a balloon. Crack. A crisp sound rang out, and then the seemingly solid defensive film had no resistance at all and shattered directly. Then the power of the spear light failed to weaken much, and the terrifying attack enveloped the 30 masters. Among these masters, Master Kuishan and others felt pretty good and resisted with force, but their figure retreated a little. As for the Demon Snake Lord and other ordinary lords, they felt a destructive attack coming from them. Poof. 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 In an instant, the 21 ordinary masters of the demon race spurted out large mouthfuls of blood. Their figures flew backwards in all directions, and the momentum fluctuations on their bodies weakened a bit. In one attack, the 30-strong team of demon masters were no match at all. At this time, the master of the demon clan Kunlun in the distance has been paying attention to this side. Humph. The lord of the dragon territory is holding back, but with so many lords here, it's not a big deal if one of them is missing the lord of the dragon territory. He stared at Li Yang. With the joint efforts of the 30 masters of their demon clan, human Li Yang was definitely no match. Then, under his gaze, the team composed of 30 masters of their demon clan collapsed directly under Li Yang's attack, seemingly without the slightest resistance. Like a castle made of gravel, it breaks into pieces at a touch. Seeing this situation, the face of the master of Kunlun changed drastically in an instant. Impossible. 30 masters of their demon clan joined forces, but all the strong ones couldn't resist Li Yang's attack. Even if Li Yang really had top-notch dominance, it would be impossible for him to do this. Not only the demon team, but also other teams are attacking at this time to deal with Li Yang's other clones. The Kunlun Mirror's soul power is powerful, but it has only one shortcoming, and that is its insufficient range. Even if Li Yang activates its stronger power at this time, the range is still smaller. However, the distance between his body and the 6 clones is not far away. If those alien master teams want to deal with him, they must come over, and as soon as they come over, they will enter the range of the pressure of his Kunlun mirror soul. Afterwards, those teams were unable to resist at all. The Kong Lai Jiaolong clone took action, and the 27 masters of the Metal Clan flew out. The Thunder Star Beast clone took action, and all 36 masters of the Star Alliance were repelled. The clone of the Fire Nether Beast takes action. More than 290 masters came to besiege Li Yang's body and 6 clones, but as soon as they fought, nearly 200 masters flew out upside down. At this time, all the masters had expressions of disbelief in their eyes, and there was even horror in their eyes. Our combined team of 29 masters is no match for human Li Yang. Human Li Yang is so strong. What is his soul pressure? I can't even exert 10% of my strength under that soul pressure. Our more than 200 masters can't stand up to Li Yang and his 6 clones. All the aliens looked at Li Yang and his clones, with horror in their eyes for the first time. With so many of their masters united, they could only deal with one Li Yang. I thought I could easily kill human Li Yang. After all, with so many masters joining forces, even if we deal with the top master, if that top master doesn't escape, he will only perish in the end. However, as soon as they met, they were at a disadvantage. This is something that is impossible to happen, but it is happening right in front of you. Not only these masters, but also the top masters such as the master of Kunlun in the distance had extremely ugly expressions at this time. Damn it, we have completely entangled the human galaxy masters and others, but the other 290-odd masters can't deal with human Li Yang. How did human Li Yang do it? They have not been exposed to Li Yang's soul pressure, and they still don't know how terrifying this soul pressure is. At this time, the Dragon Domain Master sneered in his heart, "Humph, I just said I would hold back, but now more than 200 masters are at a disadvantage when they join forces." After being questioned before, the Dragon Domain Lord now felt a sense of gloating in his heart. He looked at Li Yang and his clones with uncertain eyes. Human Li Yang's strength has become so terrifying. How many years has it been? In more than 1,000 years, Li Yang has been no less than top masters like them. With such potential, it is entirely possible to break through and become the founder of the world in the future. If Li Yang breaks through and becomes the founder of the world, then Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone will also become the founder of the world. In the endless years of the Kong Lai Jiaolong clan, no founding ancestor has been born. Is it going to be born from the human race? Thanks to Zero Eta for the 100 tip, thank you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 866. The face of the Dragon Domain Lord was uncertain. With the talent shown by Li Yang, it is entirely possible for him to become the ancestor of creation. If that day really comes, how should their Kong Lai Jiaolong tribe face it? Remember the domain name of this site, Taiwan Novel Network rightward arrow. For a while, the Dragon Domain Lord doubted whether it was the right choice to completely turn against Li Yang. Just like the Thunder Star Beast tribe, they chose to stand aside and not participate in the battle, and obviously had an attitude of making friends with the human Li Yang. The thought in his mind just turned slightly, and then the Dragon Domain Lord snorted again in his heart. Humph! The ancestor of creation is not so easy to become. If the human Li Yang does not become the ancestor of creation, then he is nothing. In the entire universe, endless years, only about 20 ancestors of creation were born. You can imagine how difficult it is to become the ancestor of creation. Li Yang has great potential, but he also has many clones, and even has a natural clone of a god. These will also become obstacles to restricting Li Yang from becoming the ancestor of creation. None of the 20 ancestors of creation has a clone. This also explains the situation. In fact, the probability of Li Yang becoming the ancestor of creation is not much higher than theirs. If Li Yang does not become the ancestor of creation, then he has no right to regret it. The major tribes and forces joined forces to deal with Li Yang, but as soon as they made a move, they were actually at a disadvantage. Compared with the gloomy and ugly faces of the alien strongmen, the masters of the human race were excited at this time. Haha, Li Yang, you are so powerful, the master of the galaxy laughed. So many tribes joined forces to deal with their human race, and they thought it was a huge crisis for the human race, but Li Yang actually broke out such a powerful strength, which was no less than the top masters, and looked even stronger. With the strength shown by Li Yang, the 14 of them can completely resist the joint efforts of the 300 masters of the demon race. At this time, Li Yang's face was calm and he was also happy in his heart. These alien masters are indeed powerful when they unite, but the soul range of the Kunlun mirror is a range type, and it is least afraid of joint attacks. Previously, the Kunlun mirror targeted the top master, the Dragon Domain Master, which suppressed the Dragon Domain Master's strength by half. The previous alliance of 30 demon masters also had the strength of top masters, or even exceeded it, but the soul pressure of the Kunlun mirror was aimed at any of the 30 demon masters. The demon team, including the strongest Coition master, was only a master of the second stage. The top master, the Dragon Domain Master, was suppressed by most of his strength, and the suppression of Coition master's strength can be imagined. Not to mention the ordinary strength of the Demon Snake Master. It is estimated that their strength is only a few tens of %. In summary, the 30 demon masters, under the pressure of the Kunlun mirror's soul, are much weaker than the Dragon Domain Master. Therefore, the Dragon Domain Master resisted Li Yang's attack, and the two can be said to be evenly matched. However, the combined forces of Coition Lord and others, although they clearly had a combined strength that exceeded that of the Dragon Domain Lord, were powerless in the face of Li Yang's attack. They collapsed in one blow under Li Yang's attack. Haha, Coition Lord, you have so many lords, and you keep saying you want to kill me? This is the end, Li Yang laughed. His words were clearly full of ridicule in the ears of Coition Lord and others. The battle here was being watched by billions of races in the universe, which was absolutely a shame for them. Damn human Li Yang. It's still the sole treasure he relied on. Hearing Li Yang's words, Coition Lord said angrily. He firmly believed that in terms of strength, Li Yang was not their opponent at all. However, the treasures on Li Yang's body were endless, causing them to suffer losses. Although he was extremely angry, Coition Lord was quickly discussing with other lords how to deal with Li Yang. No one is stupid. When they attacked for the first time, some strong men felt Li Yang's soul pressure, while some strong men did not. Obviously, they noticed the shortcomings of Li Yang's Kunlun mirror. Human Li Yang's strength is strong because of the soul pressure. Yes, under the soul pressure, our team can only exert less than 10% of its strength. This soul pressure must have a range, it is impossible to cover too large an area. We will release the attack from a distance. As long as we are not covered by the soul pressure, our strength will not be suppressed. In this case, human Li Yang will definitely not be able to stop it. The masters communicated quickly, and then all the figures retreated violently. Whoosh! 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 Then, their attacks came towards Li Yang frantically. Huh? Have you discovered the range of the soul pressure? At this time, Li Yang looked at the actions of Coition Master and others, and thought to himself. But he was not surprised. Knowing that the soul pressure was so strong, he still attacked him at close range. This was obviously what a fool would do. But even if we find out, what can we do? You are keeping your distance from me, but can't I get closer to you? Li Yang's eyes showed a hint of coldness. Boom. The terrifying aura on his body was emitting waves, and his body was violent, rushing towards a place frantically. And that direction was exactly the direction of the demon clan camp. At this time, Coalition Lord and others had adjusted their strategies and were ready to continue to deal with Li Yang. Humph! Human Li Yang, without the pressure of the soul, how can you defeat us? Coalition Lord sneered in his heart. If their demon team does not suppress their strength, even a top master cannot be their opponent. Lord Coalition thought in his mind, but when he saw the young figure approaching them quickly in the distance, his expression changed drastically. Before his plan was implemented, human Li Yang came towards them. Everyone retreat, Lord Coalition said quickly. However, their strongest is the second stage master, and Li Yang, only the top master can surpass him in speed. Therefore, Li Yang's speed exceeds that of any master of the demon clan. They couldn't distance themselves from Li Yang at all, but instead they got closer and closer. Boom! The familiar soul pressure enveloped their demon clan. Withstand! Lord Coalition said angrily, and the 30 demon lords jointly resisted, but their joint attack was the same as before, and they were easily defeated by Li Yang. Each of the ordinary masters spurted out large mouthfuls of blood, obviously injured. At this time, Li Yang had no intention of stopping and actually approached a demon master directly. That was a giant python monster, the master of the monster snake. The demon snake lord was responsible for assassinating the peerless genius of the human race. Li Yang came into his sight early, but the assassination failed every time. On the contrary, after each assassination, human Li Yang will become stronger. Human Li Yang. The demon snake master's face changed drastically when he saw Li Yang appearing next to him. End of chapter. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 867. Human Li Yang. When the demon snake lord saw Li Yang appearing beside him, his face was obviously filled with shock and even a hint of fear. The 30 lords of their demon race joined forces, but they were all vulnerable to Li Yang. He was an ordinary lord, and his strength was the weakest among the powerful lords of the demon race. How could he not be frightened when Li Yang came to him alone? Human Li Yang, stop! Not far away, the top lord of the demon race, Lord Kunlun, had been entangled with the lord of the galaxy of the human race, but his attention was always on Li Yang. He saw Li Yang's actions and saw Li Yang appear next to the demon snake lord. He guessed Li Yang's plan at once, and his face suddenly showed an extremely anxious look. With the strength shown by Li Yang, it is entirely possible to kill ordinary lords. Lord Kunlun's rage resounded through the void, but Li Yang ignored him at all. He looked at the demon snake lord and smiled. Demon snake lord, do you remember what I said on the talent ladder more than 1,000 years ago? Hearing what Li Yang said, the demon snake lord subconsciously remembered more than 1,000 years ago. At that time, the talent ladder was opened, and Li Yang at that time was just a genius who came to the talent ladder for testing. After that, Li Yang stepped onto the 100th talent ladder, and he, the demon snake lord, couldn't help but want to take action. Li Yang said at that time, Demon snake lord, I have heard from your demons many times that you want to kill me, but in the end most of them died in my hands, and now I hear it from you again. At that time, what Li Yang said was very obvious. Those who came to kill him were killed by him, and the demon snake lord said that he wanted to kill him. Doesn't it mean that the demon snake lord will also be killed by him? At that time, Li Yang's words undoubtedly made all the strong men sneer. A genius actually said that he would kill the Lord of the universe. This is undoubtedly a joke in everyone's eyes. And now, Li Yang really came to kill him. Boom! The terrifying soul pressure madly suppressed the body of the demon snake lord, causing the source of the fusion law in his body to almost condense. Swish! The peak holy weapon spear in Li Yang's hand stabbed out, and a terrifying attack madly poured into the body of the demon snake lord. This attack caused the source of the fusion law in the body of the demon snake lord to decrease madly. In the end, it was reduced by nearly half. I. Feeling the crazy loss of vitality in his body, the demon snake lord's eyes clearly showed an extremely horrified look. With just one attack, he lost so much vitality. However, before he could say anything, 2 more attacks came. No! The demon snake lord roared unwillingly, and then the whole person's life breath dissipated like a tide. One of the demon clan masters, the demon snake lord, fell. The demon snake lord could never have thought that he would eventually fall in the hands of Li Yang. The master is really hard to kill. Looking at the body of the demon snake lord, Li Yang waved his right hand and put it away directly. As a master, he has a lot of treasures. Li Yang sighed. The demon snake master is just a master of ordinary strength, and his strength is much greater than that of the second stage master, and he has the soul pressure of the supreme holy artifact Kunlun mirror. This soul pressure has a huge suppressive effect even on the top masters. As a result, all these trump cards are used to deal with the demon snake master, an ordinary master, but it is not a one-shot kill. In fact, the master is really difficult to kill. Even a top master needs to spend a certain amount of effort to kill an ordinary master. Li Yang's killing efficiency is much higher than that of the top masters. The demon snake master of the demon clan has fallen. 3 attacks, only 3 attacks. Even if the top master wants to kill an ordinary master, it will take at least a few minutes, and the human Li Yang didn't use a second. Terrible. The strength of the human Li Yang is too terrible. Around, the strong men of various tribes and forces saw Li Yang running towards the demon camp, and they immediately besieged him. However, when they were still a little distance away from Li Yang, they saw the demon snake overlord being killed. Suddenly, most of the overlords showed extremely horrified expressions in their eyes. Just now, even if they were not Li Yang's opponents, no overlord fell, so they were not afraid of Li Yang, and at most they were injured a little during the battle. And now, with only 3 attacks, the human Li Yang killed an ordinary overlord. Most of the 300 overlords present were ordinary overlords, and their strength was equivalent to that of the demon snake overlord. If Li Yang could easily kill the demon snake overlord, then he could also easily kill them. More than 200 overlords were frightened at once, and they did not dare to approach Li Yang for a while. Whoosh! At this time, an extremely sharp wave came from far to near, and it came in an instant. The speed was extremely fast, and it came to Li Yang in a blink of an eye. At the same time, a figure also approached here at a very fast speed. Judging from his face, it was the overlord Kunlun. Human Li Yang. I told you to stop. An extremely furious voice came from the mouth of Kunlun Lord. He looked at Li Yang with a crazy killing intent in his eyes. This time, among the 30 demon clan masters who came, less than 10 belonged to the demon clan, and the others were mostly from the demon clan alliance camp, that is, those clans that were vassal demons. And the demon snake master belonged to the demon snake clan. There were only 27 masters of the entire demon clan, and now one was killed by Li Yang. The terrible attack, with the fury of Kunlun Lord, tore the sky, and seemed to tear Li Yang into pieces. However, facing this attack, Li Yang's expression remained calm. Master Kunlun, you told me to stop, and I stopped? Who do you think you are? Li Yang said lightly. He waved the spear in his hand, and the sword light in front of him was directly defeated. Brush. Then, Li Yang's figure fluttered and appeared in front of the second ordinary master of the demon clan again. Still the master of the demon clan. Although the master of Kunlun frantically tried to stop him, it was too late. In less than a second, the second ordinary master of the demon clan fell. Lord of Kunlun, save us. At this time, each master of the demon clan was obviously frightened, with a look of horror on their faces. They did not dare to attack Li Yang at all, and only flew quickly towards the master of Kunlun. Normally, even if they besieged a top master, they wouldn't worry at all. Because even if this top master is staring at one of them, it will take a few minutes to completely kill them. In the past few minutes, someone had already stopped him. But Li Yang relied on that terrifying soul pressure to kill them in less than a second. Stop it! Seeing that Li Yang was still killing, the Lord of Kunlun was even more furious. He forcibly endured the pressure of the soul, and when the Lord of the monster race approached him, he disappeared, apparently hiding in the spatial treasure. However, the master of Kunlun was suppressed and his speed was still a bit slow. After the third ordinary master of the demon clan was killed by Li Yang, the other ordinary masters of the demon clan were all collected into space attribute treasures by the master of Kunlun. Thanks to Let It Be 2023 for the 1500 reward, and thanks to 08 for the 100 reward, thank you. End of this chapter. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 868. Li Yang killed the Overlord very quickly, but Kunlun Overlord was not slow either, and the Overlord of the Monster Clan took the initiative to fly towards Kunlun Overlord. After Li Yang killed the third Overlord of the Monster Clan, Kunlun Overlord collected all the ordinary Overlords of the Monster Clan. Google search Furtkin. Not only the Monster Clan, but also other tribes and forces, ordinary overlords disappeared one by one. Within a few seconds, more than 300 overlords disappeared in the entire void, and only more than 50 were left. The entire void seemed to be quiet at this time, and the overlords looked at Li Yang one by one, even with awe in their eyes. The demon snake overlord, and the other 3 demon overlords were killed by the human Li Yang. It's only been a few seconds. At the overlord level, it takes at least a few minutes for the strongest to kill the weakest. Except for the Creator, who else in the entire universe can kill the overlord so easily? The last time the overlord fell was trillions of years ago. With such strength and potential, no wonder he was so far ahead of others in the talent ladder. One by one, the overlords looked at Li Yang in awe, and didn't even dare to approach. In the entire universe, under the 20 or so creator ancestors, the overlords are the strongest. Every overlord, in any tribe, even the peak tribe, is a pillar-level powerhouse of the tribe. It takes a long time for an overlord to fall. And at this time, in a short period of time, 3 of them fell in Li Yang's hands. This record is enough to make any overlord in awe. There were more than 1,000 masters who came to the talent ladder. Before, only more than 300 of them dealt with the human race, and most of them did not choose to attack. At this time, these powerful forces were very grateful. Fortunately, we didn't attack the human Li Yang before. If we provoke such a powerful force, we might be retaliated by the human Li Yang in the future. These tribes were grateful. Their tribes were not strong. If they were stared at by Li Yang, they would be trembling when they went out to find opportunities in the future. At this time, the Thunder Star Beast tribe was also the same. Lei Ling, fortunately I listened to you. The masters of the Thunder Star Beast tribe said hurriedly. Some of them actually wanted to attack Li Yang before, but the Thunder Spirit Master stopped them. Now it seems that this is undoubtedly a very correct choice. The Thunder Spirit Master also glanced at Li Yang in the distance and said, I have the contact information of Li Yang's Thunder Star Beast clone. I will find a chance to contact Li Yang's Thunder Star Beast clone later. At this time, looking carefully at the depths of the Thunder Spirit Master's eyes, there was obviously a hint of shock. He didn't want to provoke Li Yang, but he was afraid of Li Yang's potential. He thought it was impossible to say how strong Li Yang was. He just thought that Li Yang's clones might not come here, so even if he killed Li Yang's original body and the 6 clones here, He couldn't kill Li Yang completely. However, Li Yang actually showed such a strong strength. He was not at all inferior to the top masters, and could even kill the masters. He, the Thunder Spirit Master, had never successfully killed a master. At this time, Li Yang's strength and deterrence even surpassed him. And this time was only more than 1,000 years. Seeing that Li Yang's Kong Lai Jiaolong clone was as strong as the Dragon Domain Master of the Kong Lai Jiaolong clan, Li Yang's Thunder Star Beast clone was probably as strong as him. The Thunder Spirit Master was shocked, and at this time he had only one thought, that is, he must not offend Li Yang. Not to mention currying favor with the human race, at least he had to have a good relationship with Li Yang. This would definitely be good for their Thunder Star Beast clan. Each tribe was either in awe of Li Yang or ready to make friends with him. At this time, the demon tribe's Kunlun overlord and others looked very unhappy. The 3 dead overlords were all from their demon tribe, and they were all overlords of the demon tribe. If the demon tribe alliance and the overlords of other vassal tribes had fallen, he, Kunlun overlord, would not feel much pain. But at this time, Kunlun overlord only felt that his heart was bleeding. There were only more than 20 overlords in the demon tribe, and now 1/9 of them were gone. This is a huge loss that the demon tribe has never experienced in endless years. Damn human Li Yang! With murderous intent in his heart, Kunlun overlord stared at Li Yang, wishing to kill him immediately. But he knew that he couldn't do it. One by one, the ordinary overlords hid in the space attribute treasures, and most of the remaining 50 or so overlords were still overlords of the second stage strength. At this time, in the human camp, Li Yang's original body plus 6 clones, there were 7 top overlords fighting power. Add to that the galaxy overlord and others. Even if they fight head-on, their peak tribes and forces, united together, are no match for the human race. Crack. At this moment, the void in the distance suddenly collapsed, and the entire sky seemed to be torn open from the middle. Swish. 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 Afterwards, the breath fluctuations of the strongest in the universe burst out. It was the creators who were trapped before. They came out of the block space. The block space was originally to trap the Hunyuan ancestor, and then let the masters deal with Li Yang. In the block space, they could also see the battle, and saw Li Yang crushing the masters one by one, and even easily killing ordinary masters. Naturally, there was no point in trapping the Hunyuan ancestor. Whoosh! After the founding ancestors came out again, a red light suddenly reached its extreme speed and attacked Li Yang. Under the red light, Li Yang only felt a palpitation. The founding ancestor, Li Yang's face changed slightly. To make him feel palpitations, it must be the founding ancestor who made a move. Li Yang was about to hide in the Kaishan sect inheritance tower, but in front of the red light, another light appeared. Then the red light was defeated. Swish. In front of Li Yang and other human strongmen, the endless galaxy enveloped, and a burly figure appeared. Ancestor of Hunyuan. Seeing this burly figure appear, the Galaxy Master and others were all delighted. After the appearance of the Hunyuan ancestor, the other founding ancestors also appeared in front of their own tribes and forces. The Demon Clan Master appeared in front of Kunlun Master and others. He stared at Li Yang, and the violent aura on his body emanated, even making Kunlun Master and others feel uncomfortable. It was obviously his move just now. In the void, a black tree suddenly appeared, blocking out the sun and the sky. It was the Demon Cloud Star Lord. Humph, it's useless. So many masters can't deal with a human like Li Yang. In the void, the Demon Cloud Star Lord snorted coldly. He trapped the ancestor of the creation of the human race. The remaining 9 peak races, the Cosmic Power Alliance, the Star Alliance and more than 300 masters worked together to deal with the human race, but they couldn't do anything. Not only could they not do anything, the masters of these alliances were actually at a disadvantage. What else is this if not a waste? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 869. The demon cloud Star-Lord snorted coldly. He glanced at the human Li Yang, and then looked at the Hunyuan ancestor next to Li Yang with fear. In the previous fight, he had already fully felt the terrifying strength of the Hunyuan ancestor. Even he felt that he was no match for the Hunyuan ancestor. With the Hunyuan ancestor next to Li Yang, he would not have the opportunity to attack Li Yang. Human Hunyuan, I will find you again about the inheritance later, the demon cloud Star-Lord said. I hope to trade the inheritance with you humans. Obviously, he is still not giving up on the inheritance. Hearing what the demon cloud Star-Lord said, the Hunyuan ancestor said in a calm voice, Demon cloud Star-Lord, if you want to trade, then prepare the corresponding treasures. The inheritance is naturally decided by the human race. They have complete initiative, so they are not worried at all. If the demon cloud Star-Lord really takes out treasures that are enough to attract the human race, then it is not a bad idea to reveal a little bit of the inheritance to the demon cloud Star-Lord. After all, the demon cloud Star-Lord is just a lone walker, without any tribe or power behind him. As for the fight and the battle just now, it was nothing. The whole universe is based on interests. Two tribes can be at loggerheads in 1 second and unite in the next second. Everything is for the interests of the tribe. Then it's a deal, Demon Cloud Star-Lord nodded. He didn't say anything more, and then his figure faded and disappeared. Demon Cloud Star-Lord is leaving. Let's go too. Not only Demon Cloud Star-Lord, but also the founders of other tribes did not stay and were ready to leave. The human race is too strong. Try to provoke the human race as little as possible in the future. Contact the human race later to see if you can get the inheritance. The peak tribes were extremely afraid of the human race at this time. The Hunyuan ancestor suddenly got the second supreme holy weapon. And the Hunyuan ancestor who had 2 supreme holy weapons, more than a dozen founders of the world could not do anything to him. Such strength can definitely be called the strongest in the universe. And the human Li Yang's strength is so terrible that it is so easy to kill ordinary masters. In addition to the dozens of peak holy artifacts obtained by the human race, and even the unknown inheritance of the Kaishan section, the strength of the entire human race has leaped in a short period of time. With such strength, among the 10 peak tribes, the human race is definitely the strongest at this time. Cancel the plan to kill human Li Yang. Alas, human Li Yang has grown up completely, and it is basically impossible to kill him. The founders of the world also gave up the idea of killing Li Yang at this time. This time, Li Yang's 6 clones were completely exposed. This is because of the inheritance of the talent ladder, so Li Yang's clones may have come. Next time, Li Yang will definitely have a clone that will stay in the human race. Even if they meet Li Yang outside, they can't kill Li Yang completely. In fact, this time, they just didn't get the inheritance, and relatively speaking, there was not much loss. Anyway, the founder of the world can't die, so they don't worry about anything. The human race is the strongest, but it is impossible to suppress them. If the ancestor of creation is not dead, even if the overall strength of the human race is twice or even several times that of their race, they dare not over-oppress them. After all, even the human race cannot bear the madness of an unkillable ancestor of creation. The 10 peak races in the entire universe will still maintain the corresponding status quo and will not change anything. In the void, peak races and forces kept leaving, and finally only the demon race was left. Damn it! At this time, the ancestor of the blood dove looked at Li Yang with a fierce light in his eyes. The 3 masters of their demon race, and the masters of their own race, were killed by Li Yang. Before, their demon race lost 30 or 40 top emperors in the hands of Li Yang, which made the demon race extremely distressed. And the death of each of these masters is at least equivalent to hundreds of top emperors. The ancestor of the blood dove never thought that this time, the loss of their demon race would be so great. The most distressing thing is that only their demon race suffered losses this time. If other tribes and forces also lost their masters, he would feel better, but no. Ancestor. Beside the blood dove ancestor, Kunlun master, and others were all worried. The monster tribe suffered such a huge loss at once, and they would have to face the thunderous anger of the two ancestors when they returned. Let's go. The blood dove ancestor stared at Li Yang and didn't say a word in the end. With the Hunyuan ancestor here, it's useless for him to say any nonsense, and saying anything more would only bring shame upon himself. Although he didn't say it, the look in the eyes of the blood dove ancestor when he looked at Li Yang said it all. If he had the chance, he would definitely take revenge on Li Yang crazily. In a blink of an eye, only the human race was left in the void. The monster tribe, the metal tribe, the Star Cosmos Alliance, etc. have all left. We won this battle. Watching the blood dove ancestor and others finally leave, the human race's galaxy masters and others all showed extremely bright smiles on their faces. More than 300 masters, united together, are even equal to one of the founders of the world. Originally thought to be a huge crisis for the human race, but unexpectedly, in a short time, the human race won and killed 3 masters of the demon race. One by one, the masters looked at Li Yang. The victory of this battle was basically because of Li Yang. Swish. 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 The ordinary masters who had been hiding before also appeared, and there was also an emperor, who was Hongsu. At this time, Hongsu looked at Li Yang, and there was obviously shock in his eyes. He hid in the space attribute treasure, but he knew what was happening in the outside world. A small shadow made a sharp voice somewhere on Hongsu's body, "Crazy, this Li Yang is really crazy. 1,500 years, the strength of the top master. This cultivation speed is considered a genius in the power where the master is, but that is under the condition of having many resources. Under those resources, some people can even be born masters, but Hongsu, what resources do you have in your universe? There are actually geniuses who can do this." This small shadow was obviously also shocked by Li Yang's progress, and for the first time acknowledged Li Yang's talent. Haha. In the void, the laughter of the Hunyuan ancestor rang out. This time, my human race won a great victory and killed 3 masters of the demon race. All of this is Li Yang's credit, the Hunyuan ancestor laughed. The inheritance of Kaishan sect, the supreme holy artifact red gold wings, all of these were brought by Li Yang. Li Yang, this time thanks to you. Li Yang. After the words of the Hunyuan ancestor fell, the galaxy lords and others looked at Li Yang, smiling and saying one after another. In terms of contribution, Li Yang's contribution today exceeded that of all the lords of the human race. Li Yang smiled and said, "It's a pity that I only killed 3 ordinary lords of the demon race. If the Kunlun lord was a few seconds slower, I could have killed more." At this time, Li Yang was not modest and said with a smile, "Thanks to Zero Eta for the 100 reward, thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe." Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 870. Haha, killing ordinary masters is something that few masters have done. Look at how ugly the expression on the face of the blood dove ancestor of the demon clan was just now. Speaking of the death of the 3 masters of the demon clan, the human race masters were undoubtedly in a better mood. Before, both the human race and the demon race had 2 founders, and they were recognized as the 2 strongest forces in the universe. However, if we compare them further, the strength of the demon race is the first in the universe, because the demon race has 2 supreme holy artifacts. At this time, the strength of the human race is definitely much greater than that of the demon race. The masters of the human race said with a smile. This time, the human race is undoubtedly the biggest winner and the only winner of the talent ladder inheritance. Okay, let's return to the human race now and start the inheritance. The ancestor of Hunyuan smiled. This is the virtual world of the human race. Boom. 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 At this time, in the virtual world, masters of the human race continued to descend. Li Yang, we saw you fighting on the talent ladder before. You are so awesome. 3 overlords of the demon race were killed. I dare not even think about this record. The overlords of the human race appeared one by one. They looked at Li Yang with smiles on their faces. Killing the overlord, no overlord of the human race has ever done it. In the entire universe, there have not been many overlords who have fallen for endless years. Before, after the battle, Li Yang lent the peak holy weapon to the Galaxy Overlord and others, and then the Galaxy Overlord and others returned it. These are all Li Yang's, so it is naturally impossible for them to belong directly to the Galaxy Overlord and others. At this time, Li Yang has more than 40 peak holy weapons. Before, a peak holy weapon on Li Yang caused the human race to hold a meeting and wanted Li Yang to hand it over. And now, Li Yang has so many peak holy weapons on him, even several times more than the peak holy weapons of the entire human race, but no one asked Li Yang to hand them over. This is strength. With enough strength, no one dares to say anything even if they have more treasures. Li Yang smiled as he dealt with the masters of the human race. Okay. The ancestor of Hunyuan smiled and said, this time, I called everyone here because of the inheritance of Kaishan section. Kaishan sect inheritance. Ancestor Hunyuan, Li Yang, what is the inheritance about? After hearing what the ancestor of Hunyuan said, the masters couldn't help asking. Up to now, the masters of the human race don't know what the so-called inheritance of Kaishan sect is. Even if they know that this may be an inheritance about cultivation, there are simple and complex inheritances of cultivation. The human race has also received many inheritances about cultivation, and the highest inheritance can cultivate to the ancestor of creation. Li Yang, the inheritance is obtained by you, you can talk about these. The ancestor of Hunyuan smiled. At this time, in the heart of the ancestor of Hunyuan, Li Yang was obviously in the same position as them. The inheritance was obtained by Li Yang, and he planned not to intervene in the inheritance in the future and leave it to Li Yang. Everyone knows the horror of inheritance. Whoever can lead the inheritance will definitely have a high status in the human race in the future. However, this is also what the Hunyuan ancestor did on purpose. With Li Yang's current potential, the human race may have a third holy land. Before, Li Yang had discussed the inheritance with the Yongheng ancestor and the Hunyuan ancestor. Hearing what the Hunyuan ancestor said, he stood up directly. Everyone, the Kaishan sect inheritance is very detailed. As for how detailed it is, Li Yang looked at the expectant crowd and said, as we all know, there are 2 major types of laws in the universe, namely elemental laws and natural laws. Elemental laws include gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, and lightning. Natural laws include space, time, light, darkness, life, and death, and fusion laws are the fusion of any 2 laws. Total, there are a total of 57 paths to fusion laws. Many masters nodded, and each master chose 3 of the 57 paths to move forward. The Kaishan sect inheritance has a complete inheritance of 57 fusion laws. The effects of those inheritances are equivalent to 1% of the effects of the fusion law inheritance land. Boom. Li Yang's few words immediately excited the masters of the human race. All the 57 fusion laws have been inherited. The effect is equivalent to 1% of the fusion law inheritance land. This effect and this level of detail definitely exceed all the inheritances of our human race in history. The masters of the human race were excited. The most detailed inheritance that the human race had obtained before was about 39 fusion laws, and the level of detail was not even 1/1000th of the fusion law inheritance land. As for the masters of the human race, in fact, most of them have never entered the fusion law inheritance land. The inheritance tokens there are actually very rare. Li Yang was able to enter there because he got a token himself. It can be imagined that with the Caitian sect inheritance that Li Yang obtained, these masters will definitely make progress, and may even go further. When I return to the human race, I will put the inheritance into the treasure house of my human race, and everyone can come to comprehend it. Li Yang smiled. These inheritances are in the form of secret manuals and inheritance light balls, just like the dozen or so inheritance palaces of the human race, which cannot be replicated in the virtual world. Haha, I comprehend the law of lightning and death fusion, but none of you comprehend it. I'll reserve this law of lightning and death fusion first, so don't grab it from me. I comprehend the law of gold and dark fusion. After Li Yang finished speaking, the human masters talked excitedly. Even the top masters, the galaxy masters, were excited. Everyone needs cultivation resources. They can reach this step by relying on a simple inheritance. They are definitely not lacking in talent and understanding. With the help of inheritance, they may be able to move forward. The inheritance of Caitian sect is undoubtedly the greatest joy of the human race. This inheritance is even more exciting than the human race having one more supreme holy weapon. In the virtual world, the excitement of the human race continued for a while, and finally one by one left, leaving only Li Yang and the Eternal Ancestor and the Hunyuan Ancestor. Li Yang the Eternal Ancestor looked at his disciple and said with a smile, "You got the inheritance, but the masters of our human race can watch the inheritance for free. As for the masters of the vassal tribes, they need to be restricted. They need to exchange things for the inheritance, and they can only get a part at most. The Caitian sect inheritance cannot be taken by the human race alone." Previously, the human race brought nearly 30 people to the talent ladder to compete for the inheritance. Among them, there were only a few human race strongmen, and the other 20 or so were actually vassal tribes of the alliance.